Hey, Black Roses, it's Chrissy, your Magne, and welcome to Noonas After Hours, where concert planning requires spreadsheets, multiple time zones, emotional support, and at least one group chat meltdown. So when the Rose announced Rosetopia and what sounded like a goodbye, we did what every rational Black Rose would do. We panicked. Suddenly, we were comparing flights, trains, hotels, ticket platforms, work schedules, and asking ourselves the impossible question: can we afford to go to all four concerts? Spoiler alert, our wallets had opinions. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, because today we're taking you behind the scenes of the chaos, from panic buying tickets and planning cross country adventures to surviving delayed flights, making concert freebies, and somehow keeping our sanity. Well, most of it. So let's bring in my fellow Noonas, Janet and Leah, and relive the Rosetopia adventure from the very beginning. Do we still remember? It's been what?
Well, do we want to
Almost
start with the
because
wrench that they threw into our freaking schedule?
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot that.
Again this year.
Second year in a row.
I mean, I remember like how we, like planned it out. I have my notes. I have my notes from when we planned the Rose trip.
Oh,
Oh,
me
okay.
too.
So that's what, because we got, so we got to talk about like, we got the announcement. How did it happen? Did we have, oh yeah, we had BTS tickets at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our BTS tickets. And then
Was
what
it
else?
after Jackson?
It was
That-
after April. Yeah. Because we bought
I,
the tickets on April 16th.
I saw a post on the official Rose Instagram where they kind
Yeah.
of called the hiatus.
Yeah, and we had bought KCON tickets. That was the thing too. We already got our KCON tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had our BTS tickets, we had our KCON tickets, we had our Jackson tickets, yeah, and we probably had Quinn at that point because it was before April that we had made the change with Quinn. So we had all April lined up, and then the Rose made their announcement.
Yeah.
And they were only going to have 4 shows. And then we talked about, like, we went down the list of New York, Texas, San Jose, and then LA.
I remember they just announced that they're gonna have the Rosetopia and it's gonna be the last tour for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because I was like, oh my God.
You were
no.
well, no, you thought they were breaking up.
Well, yeah.
That's where we're gonna, yeah. You thought they were
Right,
breaking
because
up. Yeah.
because what that yeah that's what you were we here for?
Now
No,
I think no.
uh-uh.
No,
No,
there
Well,
was
but
like Chrissy was depressed, and then that's why we're like, all right, do we go to all 4 concerts? And we were looking like how to, we were gonna plan
yeah,
things, and we're looking at trains, planes, and automobiles. Yeah, yeah.
uh
It was like it was a rough week.
it was rough, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think so. When did they make their announcement? You said April 10th.
No, I saw a post April 10th where they kind of wrote that it sounded like a goodbye letter. But that was
Okay.
April 10th. But we were together April 10th.
Yeah, yeah.
So the post had to be,
we were together April 10th.
yeah, because Jackson was on the 8th.
Yeah, and then
Why
Quinn
did I
was
think
on the
that was in
9th.
May? Okay, why did
No.
I thought that was in May? Okay,
The
the
Rose.
announcement.
Yeah. So it
And
had to
then
be before Jackson.
yeah, it was before April. It was before April.
Okay.
Jackson was on the 8th, was April 8th, and we bought our tickets on the 17th. Yeah. So at that time, and we were hoping, like we did last year, we were hoping that they would come in like the fall.
Yeah, that's right.
hoping, and then boom. Because it was pretty quick until then we had to get our tickets. Give some insight into the planning. Yeah, I think, right, they were on different platforms, like ticket platforms.
Oh, yeah.
So you had to like figure that out. And then they went on sale because I have times next to my notes, and they went on sale at different times. Yeah, depend, right? Like East Coast, West Coast. So we had to like kind of coordinate all that with the mindset that they were breaking up.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it was chaotic. Oh gosh. You remember
Yeah.
Leah? Because
Oh, yeah.
apparently Janet couldn't due to her new job, she couldn't participate. And then she was
No,
the one who actually got all the tickets. It's like,
no, that was KCON. I couldn't participate.
no, you
Yeah, like
couldn't
the road.
participate. You had meetings, I think, at the Rose.
Oh,
Some
okay.
of them.
Okay. So then how did I
Yeah,
get
and
the
we
tickets?
and we were struggling to get in and get
Yeah.
anything.
So then I jumped in.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
you jumped in, and then
Okay.
we were bots. We couldn't sign back in. We were kicked out, and
And you
then
just
you're
pop
like,
right
yeah,
in and get them.
yeah. All
I
right.
don't know. Yeah. So it's kind of like with Rosetopia, we are trying to figure out like the Rosetopia package, the Euphoria package. Oh, and then we couldn't see, like, I think they were different too. Like LA didn't show you which like ticket it was, you know? It was just weird. The whole thing was weird.
Yeah, but I think it's a good start to, talk about before the tour even started, the struggles, the challenges, and our
Mm-hmm.
mindset.
Got my notes ready, got my calendar up so I could see the events that happened and how they went down. And we didn't know until after we bought the tickets. Maybe until like the first concert, right? The first concert in New York where he said like, "Oh, it's not a permanent break. We're just taking a hiatus."
No,
Well,
I mean, I think they
It
came
was
out.
because
They come
that's the
out.
reason we were like looking at, do we go to all
Yeah.
the concerts? We're only going to have the opportunity to see them 4 more times in our lifetime.
Yeah, I think it came out the first videos from the New York show when
That's what I think.
when they kind of mentioned, it's not going to be a long break, or
Yeah,
maybe Jeff on his Instagram couple times.
I don't know, but I know like when we bought the tickets at that point, we still thought that they were like,
Yeah.
breaking up. So I get
I don't know. I just remember, yeah, when the announcement came out that they were taking a break. Yeah. I think the main focus was us trying to keep Chrissy from falling apart.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that day that happened was, yeah, a day of us trying to, yes, encourage Chrissy. While we were upset, we were still trying to make sure she was okay because, yes, she was the one that was hitting the hardest.
I have to admit, it was a sad, dark day.
Yeah, and I have to admit that I probably was saying some untruths as it's going to be great. They're just taking a break, and I'm sitting there thinking, no, they're probably not. But I got to keep saying this so she doesn't collapse and fall apart on me here in Dallas.
I really appreciate that, and and then looking back, I think I just saw it from a Westerner musician point, because that's what usually happens if Westerner band or somebody is saying, well, we're taking a break, and then the announcement never comes that they actually just break up, but they disappear, and you don't hear anything from them. And knowing the difference between Korean music bands or artists, that they're taking a break. I mean, sometimes they have to take a break because of military service. And I know the other Black Roses who's been with the Rose from day one went through this, and I had the goodbye letter, the Black Rose song, and everything that was written when they had the issues with their company and the agency. and then them going into military service. But as we came later, we never went through this, and the only comparison I had was, BTS. But I mean, I like BTS, but it was like, okay, well, they're coming back. But with the Rose, that really hit me hard. Because the way it sounded, I don't know if it was a translation issue too, but it really sounded like that.
That it was.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was, okay, we're
it was
done after
more.
10
Yeah, it
years
was
and
more
this and this.
permanent.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
permanent, that just a break. And I think the first time, I think it was some of the videos from the concert in New York. And then, of course, we heard the same thing in Grand Prairie in LA. It's like, no, it's might be a longer one. And I think Wusong was always saying it's a longer one than the other guys, especially Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think it's the same as, like in 2025, right? We kind of had that flashback where we knew that they were going to come out with a new album, and we were hoping that it was going to be the fall that their concert was going to be announced, or that it was going to be, held. And then we get the announcement, when was it, like in May? That, it was like quick, and tickets were going to go on sale in April. And then we were scrambling. Then we got the announcement that we only had 4 shows in the United States, right? And so then we had to figure out, we're looking at the dates and the times, and are we going to go to all the concerts? And then what, the ticketing systems, we had to kind of like figure all that out. And then it was kind of like flashback on what they did in 2025. The one good thing, you don't have to wait long when they make an announcement.
yeah,
So
that is true. Yeah.
it comes quick, and it's like a flash. So I remember us like scrambling together, and we knew, like, there was a New York show, we knew that there was a Dallas show, and we knew that there were 2 shows in California. And remember, like, the 3 of us, we're in 3 different time zones,
Yeah.
you're looking at New Mexico, Texas, and Ohio, and we have to kind of coordinate. So I remember us like putting it on. We had meetings before the ticket sales. So I think we had even a practice session.
Yeah. We had many meetings. What are you going to do?
we we had like, we had to outline like the times. We're looking at seating charts for each venue. We're trying to figure out, like what we were going to do. And I remember, like, Leah's like, we're like even thinking taking a train, like, okay, are we gonna go to the San Jose show and the LA show? And she wanted, we're like talking about trains.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I wanted to take the train down, which I thought would be a beautiful.
It would have been,
Yes.
along the
And-
coast. Yeah. It would
Yeah,
have been
and
nice.
I'm starting a new job, right? I started a new job, so I wanted to kind of be as least inconvenient, right? As far as taking time off, or taking time, getting out early. So I was trying to work it around the work schedule too, while determining how are we going to hit all these concerts without ever touching the work schedule. So
But I mean, we were kind of happy that it didn't interfere with any of our other already planned and booked concerts, or
that is
KCON or
true.
something, So I know BTS was already over for us at that point, because we all did late April for you in Tampa, and then El Paso for me, and then Vegas was the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is September. So I'm kind of was glad that it was in between that.
And KCON,
Yeah,
right?
KCON in August,
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, it came quick, and They were right there. And then, Wusong announced that he had to do surgery on his throat and the vocal cords. That was
And we're
in
looking at the
May.
calendar because it was like 6 weeks, right, before the New York concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So we're calendar checking too.
yeah.
Is he going to have enough time to recover? Like how that was going? Yeah. But I think we also knew he was going to, kind of like parse out the vocals too. We knew, that everyone, was going to be able to pitch in.
Yeah, but I was afraid too and scared that if he doesn't, so they're gonna probably move the concerts. And then of course, where they're gonna move it to? July, August, when everything, or September, when everything happens with us. So
but we always knew that the Rose was going to take precedence. So
yes.
Whatever the schedule was, we knew we had to work around it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We knew that K-Con comes before BTS in Arlington.
Yes.
Only, let's just make that clear, only because we had already had tickets to other locations.
Oh, yeah.
Is the reason KCON, we knew that was not our only option.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm glad they kind of spread it out, so they're coming back, in the fall to do LA.
Yeah.
So
but it was interesting, to say the least.
So we had to say we started with the thought they're breaking up. So it was really trying times to get trying to get the 4 concerts. And I don't think it would have been, I don't know if we could have done it. I don't think financially it would have been really a hit in our wallets and everything,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but by that time we had made the decision. We were just going to do Texas and LA.
Well, we were trying if we get Rosetopia.
Yeah.
But that wasn't possible. So anyway, so we decided on Grand Prairie. We got tickets and LA.
Yep, and we had Euphoria.
We had Euphoria.
And it was a beautiful concert. So then we made our way down to Texas, as we usually do with these Dallas concerts. So staying at Leah's.
Yep, we flew in and stayed at Leah's. Oh my God! Oh, that was
the flights.
The flights, yeah. Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
The weather. Oh yeah, it was something.
Right, yeah. Chrissy, you were about 4.5 hours delayed.
Yeah.
Because you were diverted to San Antonio first to get fuel and then back here. And then, so at 1 a.m. we're picking Janet up at DFW. 1 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know if I would have made it. If they would have said, hey, we're staying in San Antonio, that would have been something. But I'm glad we had that one day in between because the concert was Monday.
We usually, I know I usually will fly in on the same day of the concert, and we didn't want to take that chance with the Rose. So luckily we made that smart decision to get in the day before.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then we made our freebies. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, on Leah's dining room table. So our suitcases, a quarter of our suitcases were full of freebies and paper craft.
Yeah, or materials. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that was fun. What else? It was hot, right?
It was
Dallas.
very hot. Yes, it was.
Yeah. It
not
was
as hot as it is right now, but yes, it was hot.
It was hot.
And I remember you wanted to work on that day.
Oh yeah. But what did I do? I forgot my charger at home.
So, trying to find a charger between Best Buy and Office Depot. Yeah.
But you weren't the only hooky. We figured when we found out.
That was true too.
At the concert.
There were so many people around us who played hooky on the same day. So we can all go to the Rose concert. So that was fun.
Yeah, because they had to do it on a Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. On a
So,
Monday.
so anyways,
Uh,
yeah, it
yeah,
was.
well, I guess because the venues are a lot cheaper to rent on the weekdays.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I think New York, they were on a Friday, weren't they? And San
Yeah.
Jose was Wednesday, and then Friday was in LA. So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, but we knew the venue. We've been there before. They played there last year. And then
Mhm.
Kai played there too.
Yeah.
So we kind of were familiar with the setting.
Yeah, and it's a very nice venue. I just wish they did have shade, a little bit more shade for those long lines. Of course, I think, K-pop, there are long lines. Is it that way for Western concerts?
See, I don't know. I don't
Well,
think so.
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
the
just
is
only
you have a
comparison I
seat
have was the ASAP Rocky
and
concert. They only stood in line for merch.
okay.
So there was no line when I dropped off the kids. And, I mean, there was not even a line driving up to the venue. I mean, people were walking in, but they got right in. So,
well,
Yeah.
and the same, yeah. And I went to see One OK Rock, and I walked right in, and it kind of confused me at first that there was no, I could just walk right on in and get my merch. And I was like, really? Wow.
but
Yeah.
then
So that was,
but then I don't know if he had VIP tickets, ASAP Rocky.
right.
So I think that's the only thing, because the VIP, you have to be there early to get everything done in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. The shade is missing. It really is.
Yeah. It was the same thing in Houston when we went to see them there, the Rose in Houston in 2025. No shade. Yeah. And with these high temperatures, I mean, Texas is hot. Yeah, I wish there was some shading. Other than that, I think that venue is a really nice place. They seem to be pretty well organized. They seem to get everything, get you in the door once the time when they tell you to be there. You get your check in. It seems to go pretty smoothly.
Hmm. I do like the Rose having their Q&A. That's always fun.
That is one of my favorite
Yeah.
parts of it. I mean, sound check is usually though they are funny with their sound check, not remembering the lyrics or the chords.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a comedy routine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Q&A is really special, I think. Yeah, with them.
Well, what is the only sound check we had was with Kai, right? Did we have sound check with Kai?
Yeah.
I think we did.
We did.
Oh yeah, we
did.
did, because
We did.
he's like, who is this person? Didn't really recognize him without makeup and all, just waking up, coming out of.
He was fighting. Yeah, he was fighting fatigue. So,
Yes, he was. Well, then we had sound check right with Jackson.
we did.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
that's
it's
true.
VIP. With VIP, I think
Oh,
the
yeah,
Rose is
VIP.
the only one. Yeah, the Rose is the only one who really has like a Q&A session.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, so typically you do have sound check. But you line up, you get your early, merch, and then you get sound check. And then but you don't typically have Q&A. And that's kind of like the fun parts about their concerts. Yep. And
But
then
when you compare it to Grand Prairie to LA, I think they didn't really announce or didn't let you know what is going on until you get to the door. And I think if they would have more people going, through the line,
Yes.
like I think they did that last year, the people were coming around and say, okay, this is the line for this, or, making sure that everybody is in the right line.
mhm.
But they didn't do it this time. And I know
Right.
they did it in LA. I think every corner almost had one or two people from the venue standing there where you can actually, ask a question. And they knew.
Yeah, LA was seamless.
Yeah, was very organized. But then inside, the difference was from last year that you actually were able to go in. But I think because now they wanted you to sit on your seat and that's how the seats were assigned. Before, the year before, I think you were able to buy the VIP on top of your ticket. Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, and you
Think,
kind of like single file get in and then fill up the
yeah,
front seats, right? You didn't
yeah,
really sit in your
Mhm.
assigned
yeah,
seats.
Right. So you were basically in another line waiting, right, to
Right.
get in for the sound check and all of that. Yeah. This year, I liked the fact that, yeah, the VIP was certain rows
yeah,
Yeah.
and that was your seat. You go sit there for your sound check. That made it nice.
yeah. You
And then
didn't
you
have to
stayed
stand.
there.
Yeah, and you
Then you
stayed
stayed
there.
Yes.
there.
Yeah. Even if
Yeah.
you stayed there for an hour and a half, but you didn't have to stand in the line before, just could walk in. So, and then
So
of course, merch. I know they're a small company, they're only 4+1. A lot of people complain that the general admission didn't get any merch. Maybe they sell
Yeah,
it
it
one
was,
day,
yeah.
sell it online. I don't know,
I mean, at this point, I don't think they have any plans to sell it online.
And then, of course, the size issue. I know we lost a lot of weight and we didn't have to, look at the size, but large, extra large as the
with
biggest.
the shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the t-shirts.
that
Yeah.
is almost like Korean standard.
Yeah.
But
But I think that's kind of like right part of the budgeting too.
could
I
be,
don't
yeah.
know. We've been to concerts with, American sizes. So for merch, I know that was an issue. People come in and you're always asking like, all right, what size do you have available? And I think they ran out of sizes even for VIP, like, merch.
I know
So,
they ran out of the scarf because
hmm
wasn't that the first question somebody had? Hey, can we have
yeah.
your scarves that hang from your microphones? Because you're
Yeah.
sold out. He's like, hey, we haven't even started yet. You want our stuff already?
It's like, yep, they're gone.
Yeah, they were
So,
gone. Do you have FOMO? Did you ever get a scarf, Janet?
no, I didn't. I didn't. So,
Do we have
yeah, well,
FOMO?
I didn't. I said I didn't like the world scarf, like the scarf for the world. And then when I saw it on someone's head in this Rosetopia, I was like, I do like it this year. So then initially I was like, nah, I don't need, because I could have gotten a scarf in Texas. And so I'm like, no, but then I was like, am I gonna have FOMO next year? But it was too late. That ship had sailed. So no scarf for me.
Well, oh yeah, because I
But
got the scarf and
Leah
yeah,
Leah got one, yeah. So that's kind of funny too with the merch. But yeah, we got our merch. I mean, I was happy with it. And then then the concert, they were awesome. And Sammy, he did have a little bit of trouble, but he still sounded great. And they did seem more relaxed, like, even though it was kind of like they were going on hiatus, they did seem more relaxed, like things were kind of flowing easily. It wasn't stressful or anything.
It was a great
Yeah,
production.
it was. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
from the background, the videos, the lighting, the confetti, I mean, everything. It was really great. They did
Yeah.
a really good job. And I think it was probably Do Jones doing most of it.
I did like the confetti. That was fun.
yeah, that was the streamers.
The
Oh
streamers,
yeah,
yeah.
the streamers. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, I was, obviously I knew I was going to enjoy it because it's the Rose. And but I was a little concerned because I really, really loved the world tour last year and the intimacy and the staging, how the set, how it looked on the stage, the set, and how intimate it felt. And I thought, oh wow, I love that. It seems so personal. How are they going to top that? Yeah, well they did.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, the Utopia when they started.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still get goosebumps just thinking about that. And the new songs, and then when he went down into the crowd, and I could see that. I saw videos like this I think in New York. I don't know if I saw it in New York, but in Texas. But then when I see the videos now in LA or San Jose in LA and now in Europe as well, it seems like he was hesitant first. He wasn't like really, I think he was just trying it out, how it would feel. And then even in Europe, I think he really enjoyed being in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I think the interaction got better and better with the Black Roses. I was just expecting him to really do a dive off the stage or something, right into how the rockers do. But just seeing these videos now, it's like he was a little bit more hesitant in Texas. Yeah, he had some people touching his hair, but oh my God, in Europe, they were just like crowding him, and he seemed like to be really enjoying it too. So
Yeah.
that was a new one because they didn't do that in all the last tours and concert they had.
Well, I
So
know, like when in Texas, when that girl touched his hair, I was like, did she just touch his
yeah,
hair?
yeah. I was like, oh my God, she's gonna get arrested or something. She's gonna take her
but
out.
then like you saw him lean back for her to touch his hair
Yeah,
at the perfect time. But it was like, did she just get to touch his
yeah.
hair?
It's like, oh, so
Oh,
jealous, so
I
jealous.
know. I know.
Mhm.
I know. So,
I will say with this concert, something that I experienced, and maybe it's because I knew they were going on a hiatus, that while I did some video, I took some pictures, I did all of that, I was more intentional about keeping my phone down often because I wanted to be in that moment. And so that was something I did, especially in LA, because I guess maybe I'd already had that experience in Texas where I did take some videos and whatnot. But I wanted to soak up everything with my eyes and not through the lens. And so that was something that was really special for me on this one. Maybe that's why it seemed just extra special. I don't know, but
Okay, Janet, just say it.
I know.
well, okay. So Janet's perspective is that she's going to video everything she
Right.
wants. So
Right.
I can video in my left hand, look on my right hand, hold a light stick. I could do it all. So
Yeah, you're much more
that
coordinated than I am.
so,
I'm not.
so
Yeah.
so that's me. Chrissy, I know, like in
Oh, that is so funny.
the Texas show. So before the show starts, she says to me, she says, "Okay, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to videotape it, right?"
I did, yes.
And so the whole time, like I'm not a hater. Like video all you want, but
Right.
I do have, I do keep my phone like in front of my face, as opposed to over everyone's head and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
being respectful of your surroundings. But I look over and no, Chrissy's video. Oh, she's still videotape. Oh, yeah, oh, now we got the documentary part. Trauma comes on. And how many times have we seen Trauma?
or the documentary.
I mean, the
Yeah.
documentary. How many times have we seen the documentary?
I know.
I mean, I would say more than a handful, more than 5 times. We've seen the
Especially
documentary.
Chrissy, who went to the film festival in Houston.
And so what is she doing? She's videoing, the whole thing.
I don't know what came over me. I don't know. But I had to just videotape it.
I just thought it was like the funniest thing. And by the end of the video, by the end of the concert, she pretty much, she videoed the whole thing.
Okay, that's funny.
But I
Well,
have to
I
say, I
definitely.
didn't do that in LA. I
But
had
you
maybe
did
one or
not.
two. Yeah.
You did not in
Yeah.
LA.
And I did video less in LA than I did. Yeah, I still did it. It's finding that balance sometimes, I think, in a concert for me. And the fact that we had 2 shows, I was a little more free to put the phone down and just be in the moment in LA. But I still videoed. I still took pictures. I was trying to get a good picture of Jeff in the sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And
Jeff
I think
in
I
the
got one
sunglasses.
with his guitar pick in his mouth. That was that was so cute and sexy together. It's like, oh my God, this guy. And Hajun. I mean, he was, Utopia is his song.
Right.
And that was just like seeing him drum and sing to it. That was a moment. It really was. And I could enjoy it more in LA because, I mean, yeah, we heard Utopia, but only part of it. Never heard the whole song. And then just hearing it. So the first time it's like you don't pay attention to them, or you're just taking it all in. And then in LA, seeing him drum and sing and the smiles and everything, that was something.
And it is. I mean, like when you're there, it does make you feel good, and it does bring you joy.
Oh yeah.
And it does comfort you, and it does heal you. It does all of those things.
It does.
Yeah, and I would say like every time a new song is released, you just kind of just take it in. I can't wait until the album. So it's like to hear it in its entirety. That'll be nice.
They had the lyrics displayed, so we were able to sing with them.
Yeah, I thought the video production was wonderful. Yeah, behind them. So whoever did that, if that was Dojun, hands on, he just did it was an amazing job. I thought the graphics, everything went so well with the concert, and I loved the fact that they put it was exciting to have the words up there so you could, once you caught the hook of the song, be able to sing along with it.
And for me, Utopia is like Back to Me in that same level, or Sorry. I mean, I hope it's gonna become big for them. We'll see. I love it. I just love it. Singing to it. So anyways, going back to, what were we talking about? Oh, the album wasn't released, right?
Yeah, the album, yeah.
But he explained it, and I mean, he wants to re-record some of the songs, I think, because the issue with his voice, and so, which is good. And I don't care. I can wait for the album. I heard the songs, and I hope some of the songs they played in the sound check, the ones that they didn't play at the concert, hopefully they're gonna be on the album.
Yeah, and I think it's funny, like Sammy, he was, thanked us, the Black Roses, for showing up even though we didn't know the songs. It's like, well, of course we're coming. You have a concert, we're coming.
Yeah.
So that was nice too.
Yeah.
But
it was a
fun.
Good production, good show, 2 hours, and with then playing a Trauma and then ending it an encore kind of thing. They usually didn't do that. But I think the best part, I mean, yeah, we didn't get a picture taken with them, but the high five or high wave or whatever it's called. Oh my God. Oh. I'm so glad I experienced it with Empress and One before, so I knew what it was coming, and then it hit me. Oh my God, I have it with the Rose. And I was looking forward to that, and
I don't think like not every concert, not every high five can you take video. Like I know Empress and One,
we couldn't, we weren't allowed to,
yeah, and I don't know any other.
I think that might be maybe because we couldn't get pictures taken. Maybe
I don't know,
they
but
gave us
but
that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I really appreciate it too. Even if I didn't get the video at the Texas show.
And that just goes to show you why you have to go to as many shows that you can go to.
Yes, because Janet's video was amazing.
Yes.
I got great pictures of chins. You know,
I don't even remember what yours looked like.
actually, mine wasn't too bad, but I guess after the first, hit touching the first person and going past the camera tended to get down more like to their chin. I guess I lost focus. So yes, Janet's experience paid off in that.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun. Yeah.
Well, for
Thank
me, it
you.
was just, they didn't say what side they were on, like they did in LA.
Yeah.
So I had all my stuff on the right-hand side, and then
by the
just
time you turned the corner.
just
Yeah.
before I turned the corner, she's like, "Oh, they're on the right, so you have to put your stuff there." And then, I was already being shoved like cattle through,
Yeah.
the meat market type thing, and then I couldn't my video
Yeah.
record. I'm like, I missed it. But
Yeah.
just to see them, and they looked you, like you said, Janet, they looked you in the eye.
They did.
I know Ampersand won. Some of them were just like, okay, psst, high five,
Like and both shows. I don't know
shows.
that they looked at, like, they took that, that 1 second to look at you.
It was so
So.
genuine.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've always been so
Yeah.
personable. I think that's one of the things that kind of you gravitate towards with the Rose. That it's their personalities. I know that, and they're extroverts, or at least Sammy is. But yeah, they make you feel special.
Yeah.
Even if it's just that 1 second, and some of that too. I mean, they're in their 30s, a little bit more age. You get somebody like Ampersand one, aren't they very young?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still trying to feel their way through the whole fandom thing. I think that helps them as well. But no, there is something special about the way the Rose makes each Black Rose feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, what my favorite part was of the concert? Catching that rose from Hajun. Oh, and Janet, he threw it to me. You saw
did.
that.
He did. I saw it.
Yes.
I saw he threw it to you.
Yes.
Yep.
And then, oh well.
It was just unfortunate. So the girl in front of you snatched the rose, but you got the stem.
And the thing
which is the part that was touched by him.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. He didn't touch the rose, the flower. Yeah. He touched that stem.
And there you go. That's it.
So there you go. There you go.
And of course, the rose petals, they wilk, and they will disappear quicker than the stem.
Yeah. So you have that stem that was touched
by Hajun. Thank you. I needed that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. See, I'm telling you, this is like the best support system ever.
And he looked at me and he threw it to me, and
he did.
Yeah,
he did. So, yeah,
he's such a cutie.
Yeah. It was fun.
And he held my hand longer at LA when we high-fived. He did.
Hey, I'm not here to argue with you. So
I'm not arguing about that.
If that's what you feel, you go with it.
So I know he's my wrecker now. It was Jeff before, but I think they're all. Yeah, I cannot choose. I think.
That's the thing. Somebody asked me, well, who is your bias? And I thought, this may be the group where it truly is just
all of them.
Yeah, it's all of them. I don't. Yeah,
all of them in their own way.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I'm OT7 for BTS. Anybody says anything about any of them, I'll come at you. But I do have my bias and my wrecker and my wrecker and then the one who tries to wreck the wrecker.
Yeah. And then it just depends on what day it is. So.
Yeah, but I have my bias, and but yeah, with the Rose, it's hard to
equal opportunity.
Yeah, Yeah. But with the Rose, it's like, no, yes, I love them. I honestly can say I love them all equally, and not one seems to take precedent over the other. I mean, yes, to spend more time with Sammy because he's had his solo work, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so, at times you feel like, well, that's it. I mean, in that beautiful voice, but they are all so talented, and I'm eagerly awaiting Ha-Jun's new album,
I was
which
gonna
was
say, like, ooh, what did we hear in LA?
exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
But we heard more than from the other shows that Dojun wants to do solo too. So it looks like all of them
Yeah.
are
They
into
have all their
you know,
projects in play.
different
Yeah.
genres probably, but Hajun was the most surprised.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, and it
funny.
sounds like his may come before anybody else's. It
Yeah.
sounds like his is ready to go,
Yeah.
probably after they finish the tour. And yeah,
And it could be, I mean, Wusong said it before, he wanted to be somebody behind the stage type
Right.
thing. So he
Right.
wants, I think he said it in one of the interviews. I think when he saw BTS perform, and I think he met with Sugar and all of them, and he kind of realized that no, he wants to be producing or, even just supporting, like an agent type thing. And I know I heard that Hajun said that Wusong is helping him. So that might be his first step into that. I know Wusong's brother AJ has some gigs, as a DJ. So I wouldn't be surprised if, Wusong is behind that as well. Yeah, that was the biggest surprise.
yeah, is when we heard Ha-Jun. Because, yeah, I was surprised that his would be the one that was teed up to go first. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I
So
know
who
Jeff
knows?
said it in bubbles that he's doing something too. So maybe we see them earlier. Maybe he's doing
I
like
was
a
gonna say we'll
Wusong
have
Car Classic,
opportunities.
when Dojun was doing the DJing. If Wusong
Well,
has his
and
live.
yeah, do you think that the next time they do a tour, if all of them have done solo work, that we might see each of them, kind of take a break and give each other a break by doing solo stuff, so that we would hear a solo song from each one of them while they're on? Or is it that
No,
is
I don't think so.
specifically the Rose?
Yeah.
And
That's what Wusong always said, because when people request songs for the sound check and there's one of his songs there, I know it was last year that he said, no, this is just a Rose. So he's not singing one of his songs. So
Right.
I think that would be just the same with all the other guys. Or they all decide and say, okay, let's just
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
when we
if
come
they
back
each
together.
have solo songs,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that
I mean,
they don't
I
have
could
a discography. Yeah.
right, and I can see in sound check that you wouldn't do that, but
Mhm.
during the concert, maybe.
Like
I
when
don't
you're
know.
like doing covers, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It just depends on how they want to. What do they want to do? What do they want to present? But
Right.
I'm sure as Black Roses will just be there to support. So
We will. I mean, I'm looking forward to each of their, whatever their individual endeavors are. I mean, at one point, I know that didn't they announce, or they were saying even musical theater, which really excited me.
mhm.
But then I didn't hear any of that during the tour. Nobody mentioned that again. So, yeah, I'll just be interested to see, if Jeff does acting, if solos, DJing, whatever. I'm here for it, and I'm here to support. And if they decide to tour, well, I guess we'll be lining up for tickets again, won't we?
Yeah, but I really like that they've been saying this is not a breakup.
It's a hiatus, yes.
Yeah. So
Just a hiatus.
and not we're not breaking up. We're just gonna do our own things and kind of come back. And they kind of said it in both shows. And I think all the other 4 in the US, what we saw on the videos, which was good to hear. And then of course when he was telling about the new brand opportunity, I think that was in Texas, right? And I think he just heard it because he was really excited about it. And then the comments is like, well, now we're going on a break, and now we get all these
Yeah.
Asian festival tours and the brand. But it was kind of funny. I was waiting for him to say, well, maybe we should have gone on that break prior to get all these offers and stuff.
So I did hear, like, in their, London show, right? He said, oh, they're going to be doing festivals.
Yeah, and they
So,
haven't announced the Asian tour dates
yeah,
yet, like
yeah,
Korea, or I know they're going to Manila, but that is in August. And then they're
yeah,
playing Jakarta, I think, or Indonesia, some of the festivals. But they haven't announced the Korean tour dates yet. And a lot of
right.
people are asking, even on Bubbles, they were asking. And then Hajun would respond like, yeah, it will come out soon. Not everything is set yet, so.
Well, and they're not allowed to announce until a festival announces it.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that typically the
yeah,
way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were more about their concerts, but they haven't even said that. Maybe
Oh,
because there are more festivals in between that they weren't able to announce yet, like you said. The festival
yeah.
haven't announced it yet. They're not allowed to announce it. So that could be the case why they haven't done the tour dates yet for Korea. Which one did you like better? Grand Prairie or LA?
You can't ask me that question. I like them both.
I mean,
So,
let's start with the venue. We already went over this, that LA was more organized. I think there
right.
was more shade and, you know,
Well, yeah, I liked LA because of where the Peacock Theater is situated there in LA Live. So there's lots of restaurants around. The Grammy Museum is right there.
yeah.
There's you can go get your coffee, sit in the shade somewhere while you're waiting between the time you check in for VIP and then you line up to go in. And that made it nice. That was pleasant. We could go have lunch beforehand. It was relaxed. It was well organized.
Yeah.
It is just a perfectly situated venue, I think, which made it nice.
And oh my
So,
God, the venue inside was great, awesome, spectacular, difference between that and Grand Prairie, which is okay. It's modern, but
yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a nice,
Peacock
but it's
Theater.
standalone. It's standalone. It's out away from restaurants,
Yeah.
away from, other things. So
yeah,
you're either kind of stuck in your car waiting until it's time to go line up again because it's hot. It's not ideal. Yes, am I willing to do it because it's the Rose? Yes. Yeah, hands down, I think the LA venue, is definitely one that I would go back to. Plus, we were familiar with it because of KCON. It was
yeah.
in that
I was
area.
gonna say we're like pros in that area. Yeah.
Oh, and we did go. Something we haven't mentioned is that we did venture to the Grammy Museum that's there, located in that complex.
That was fun. Yeah.
And why did we go?
Oh.
Mr. Taman himself.
Because that had been extended. Yes, his display.
We knew from beforehand it wouldn't be like a big display,
We
I
knew.
mean,
Yeah.
so.
But he was represented.
But I
He
have
was
to say it was
represented.
more than I thought it would be. I was expecting just one outfit or something.
And we had two outfits.
Yeah, we got two outfits.
That's true. I did not get to really explore the museum that much because we kept running into the Rose and BTS fans. And I don't know, didn't we just like congregate in the center of the museum on that second floor and just chatted about our experiences?
Yeah.
But for
Which
KCON, we
isn't
can
that
go
fun?
back, we can do the other
Oh,
floors
yeah.
for KCON. So,
Yep. No, it was a good time. It was a good time.
so which songs did you like the most from the new album that they presented to us?
I I loved Utopia, but I think Control.
Control was good too, yeah.
I like Utopia.
Utopia is such a fun song, but I like
Yeah.
Control as well. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Blue Moon.
Yeah.
I like Blue Moon. It's It's, I don't know. It's soothing. So it's a comfort song.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that they finished the concert with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen, As soon as we
Yeah.
heard they released it, that is like the goodbye, let's cry a little bit, kind of song. I mean, there were moments, I had to, it hit me in these concerts in both, especially in LA. It's like, we're not going to hear them and see them for a while, I had to cry.
Right.
I don't know if you guys were there too, but yeah, I had these moments. So we
Yeah.
Germans would say I got pee pee in my eye. Yeah, it did.
And
Oh,
I mean, we're just waiting for them to come back, and we'll continue to follow them as solo artists, follow them as group, and I think, like we said, each one of them has a special part, special place in our hearts. So,
Well, and as I was going through on the high five in LA, what I said in Grand Prairie, I was saying thank you. In LA, I just said we'll be here waiting.
yeah.
mhm.
We're not going anywhere. We're going to be waiting on them, and yeah, and we'll support them. Yeah, individual efforts as a group, whatever it is, and when they decide they want to come back together, whether it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, we'll be right here waiting.
Yeah, and I said, like, I can't wait for your future endeavors to see what you guys gonna do. So yeah, I can't wait. And my perspective now has really changed about the hiatus and the wreck I was when they announced it. I'm not that wreck anymore.
Right,
I'm
right. You
positive.
don't feel it's the end.
I don't feel it's the end. And if it's the end, um, it was a good ending. Put it
Yeah,
that way, because that
yeah,
concert was really great.
yeah.
So, and that's how I stand right now. And I don't think it is the end. And I cannot wait to hear, especially Hajun's, solo, and yeah, and see Jeff on screen in one of the K dramas. Hopefully, in one of the K dramas that we can watch and rewatch and rewatch.
I know, right?
And Do
So,
Joon.
so we had a good time. We made 50%. We made 2 of the 4 concerts, and it was a perfect ending for the start of a hiatus until they get back.
Okay, I think
All
that
right.
was a good ending. Okay, there you have it. What started as the absolute panic over a possible goodbye then turned into the most unforgettable adventures we ever had. Rosetopia gave us incredible music, unforgettable moments, new memories, and yet another reminder that this fandom isn't just about the concerts. It's about the people you meet along the way. The rose may be on hiatus, but black roses don't know how to quit. We'll be cheering on every solo project, we'll be celebrating every achievement, and we'll be waiting, probably not patiently, for the day the 4 of them walk back onto that stage together. So before we go, a huge thank you to my fellow Noonas, Janet and Leah. Thank you for talking me off the ledge when I was convinced this was the end of the rose, for surviving the ticket buying chaos, for planning every detail, and for making every concert trip an adventure I will never forget. Rosetopia wouldn't have been the same without you both. Thank you, kamsahamnida, dankeschön. Until then, we'll keep planning trips, we probably can't afford, buying merch we definitely don't need anymore, and convincing ourselves that one more concert is always a perfectly reasonable decision. Because that's just who we are. We go as one, and we rose you. I'm Chrissy, and this is the Magne signing off. Chrissy the Magne out.